Hi there and welcome to the inside of my Citroen AX GT. I made a video of this car last summer and that video, amazingly, despite the fact that there was dirt all over the lens, you couldn't really hear what I was saying, and generally it was pretty poor. That video has got over 2,000 views. So I thought, first day out of lockdown, let the hair down and show you around the car. I first got into AXs because my first car was a Citroen AX.
So this is my first AX that I had when I was 18. Metallic green, 1 litre Spree with a GB badge that's just about big enough. And there's an 18-year-old me with a pyjama top on, about to drive it to Germany.
That car was a Mark II, one of the last of the Mark IIs. The Saxo was already out by the time that car was built, but this car, one of the last of the Mark Is, so the interior and everything is a little bit different, it's a little bit more basic. But this car is the GT, the sporty one, the one to have. So I'll show you around the interior.
I thought this was a good picture of the interior just to show you. It's the one I actually took for the insurance. But it shows it off in its best light, really, with the jazzy seats, the red stripes on the carpet, and you can't even see the cracks in the dash.
You get the nice dark grey headlining, beautiful. You get red piping on the dash around your manual choke. Nice jazzy seats. Bit of red piping on there, lovely. Jazzy, but not as garish as the ones that I had in my car. They were grim. Stinky little instrument binnacle. The Speedo has a gorgeous little flutter on it, which I'll stick a clip in of. Nice gear knob, sporty gear knob. That's actually a reproduction one from Chevronix. The original one, as with a lot of the plastics in these cars, was absolutely chipped and cracked. And the carpets, the interior on this car overall is just in absolutely mental condition. The carpets are fantastic, just like new. And then here, slight downside, you've got these cracks on the dash which aren't too brilliant, but yeah, work in progress. Now, the more observant of you will notice that the stereo is not actually the correct one. They did fit Blaupunkts in these, but and I think it's got these Blaupunkt stickers on, so I think it is close to what it would have had. When I bought the car, it had a Phillips unit in it, which I wasn't quite convinced was correct, but it was very neatly wired in, so maybe it was. But anyway, the tape deck on it was completely knackered, so I decided to replace it with a almost correct Blaupunkt. I might get the Phillips one repaired. We'll just see how we go. Electric windows as well; those work. Pedals fairly offset. You can't really see. Along with the stereo as well, I did replace the speakers. The speakers on this car were completely shot. They're just paper cones, and they just, I could have poured them out of the doors. They were just dust.
So you can see here the outer ring of the speaker is actually completely detached, and the speaker cone itself is just rattling around. So yeah, that they were ready for replacement.
So I'll stick some photos in of the speakers that I replaced them with, but you'd never know, and they do actually sound pretty good.
So yeah, I replaced them with these Alpine speakers. They only cost like 30 quid off eBay, and yeah, they sound really good. By sounding good, I mean they drown out all the rattles and the creaks from the suspension that you get, so that's good enough for me. Okay, so I thought I'd move somewhere a little bit quieter to show you around the outside of the car. So hopefully you'll be able to hear what I'm saying this time.
Here we go. So obviously it's the GT5. You'll notice it's got red stripe, red stickers on it. Those I have remade. A guy called Russell. That's unbelievable. Okay, we'll try that one again. So much for it being quiet here. Yeah, so I had these stickers made, the stripe and the GT5 sticker. GT5 was a model that they brought out, I think, to try and shift the 5 doors because they weren't actually that popular. Not sure it really worked.
So yeah, when I was trying to get the stickers made up, I contacted the Citroen Conservatoire, who are sort of the museum, if you like, in France. They'd never heard of the GT5, they didn't know what the hell I was talking about, but they were nice enough and they wished me well on my quest to find the graphics.
When I bought the car, it didn't have these stickers on it, and I had to scour the internet for images. I'll show you a few now to try and get these stickers right.
So my car, being a grey car, would have had these minty green stripes and logo, which don't look particularly sporty or particularly nice. So I decided that I wouldn't go with that green, and instead I'd go with the red, which is evident more on the black cars rather than the grey ones. So I searched for various pictures of cars that I could find that had the stripes and the GT5 sticker on. So the 3-door cars have a double stripe, but the GT5 seemed to have a single one, and it's quite thick. So I had to try and, as best as I could, work that out, work the width of the stripe out from the images that I had. It wasn't perfect, but that's all I had to go on.
I think they're a little bit big, but did the best I could, and it looks pretty cool. So I'm happy with it anyway. There's also one on the bonnet, which the cars have. A guy called Russell Wallace, who's a bit of a Citroen fan, I believe. He did the graphic design for me, and then a company called Venom Wraps, who do wraps on supercars and stuff, really, and sign writing on cars near Horsham. They kindly made the stickers and applied them.
So here's a picture of Plain Jane sitting outside Venom Wraps waiting for them to open so that we can get the red stickers on.
You'll notice also the wheels, although they're the correct wheels, they're the 14-inch ones. They've been refurbed in a bit of a kind of naff way. They're okay, but they're not quite right, I don't think. I'm not sure, but I'll show you an image, but this part should really be grey with the black. There should be black around here, which there isn't, and this should be a polished surface rather than painted. I've not done anything about them because they're newly done, and you know, they look okay, but compared to how they should look, they're not really quite right. Cars obviously had loads of paintwork. I've stuck the stickers on from our AX fans in Portugal. They sent me those stickers along with a few others. Seems to be a lot of these cars in Portugal. And little period detail as well, which is always nice. Yeah, so there she is. Have a quick look in the boot as well. Ignore my rubbish in there. Car also still has its carpet, which just kind of plonks in there. It's all nice and clean. And this, which is for the sunroof. You can actually take the sunroof out and stick it in there if you really want to cabrio your AX, then all bases are covered. So this is a good one. This is the first car I've ever owned where I've had to get the manual out to work out how to open the bonnet when I first got it. Because you'd think, oh, there's a lever under here somewhere, and you look, no, no. Other side, no, no. It's actually tucked up right under here amongst all the wiring and stuff. There's a lever behind there. Mental. So I looked in the manual.
You just don't get car manuals like this anymore, where it's all hand drawn and lovely colours. It's all the page numbers are completely wrong. The index is useless, but the diagrams are great.
And then there she is under the bonnet. So not perfect. You know, had the rusty bits replaced by a previous owner at some stage. Could do with a bit of a clean up, really, to be honest. Doesn't start particularly well if you leave her parked for more than about a week. It's like it has to pump the fuel all the way up from the tank each time. So whether there's something going on there, if you used it every day, you'd never know there's anything wrong with it. I started it this morning and bang, it was straight on the button. But yeah, if you leave it for more than a week, you really have to crank it and play around to fire it up. It always does, but it just takes a while, I think, to pump that fuel up. Okay, so let's go for a drive. Brakes on this car are not amazing. When you read road tests of the car when it came out, the journalists were like, oh yeah, the brakes are amazing, they're too good for the car because the car's so light, you can lock the wheels up at will. I'll tell you, I've driven this car in the wet and you could fit an elephant on that brake pedal and it wouldn't lock the wheels up. So it's past an MOT, but I don't know. The brakes might need a bit of attention. It has new distal tabs by the last guy, but I think the calipers or perhaps even the servo might need a bit of attention. I never drive up here. car's all about. Let me know in the comments if there's anything you'd like to have a look at. Thanks for the comments on the first video. The car's clearly a popular one, and a car that people remember quite fondly, so it's always nice to read those.